Antoine, Tikehau Capital published this morning its 2020 annual results, and I'm very delighted to be with the co-founders, Antoine Flamarion in Paris.
Hello, Annette.
Bonjour.
Hello, everybody.
Bonjour, Antoine. And with Mathieu Chabran, who is joining us from New York. Bonjour, Mathieu.
Bonjour. Hello, good morning.
Antoine, I turn to you. My first question is 2020 was a year, I think, like no other for investors around the world due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So how did Tikehau Capital do?
During these unprecedented times, we proved out the robustness of our business model by delivering strong growth and profitability in our asset management. In this unique situation, we maintain our role as an active and responsible investor.
And what assets could you rely on?
The pillar of that growth were, first and foremost, our ability to ensure the safety and well-being of our staff and the continued strength of our portfolio companies. For Tikehau Capital, that means supporting our communities as well as our businesses. We were also the first to give to public hospital in Paris as they faced the worst of crisis in the city.
And how did you support the companies?
And we supported our portfolio company by investing more than 2.8 billion across our strategy as our company weathered this unique ongoing crisis. All this, combined with our significantly improved profitability, are a testimony to our team's hard work and tireless dedication. And for that, we are all deeply appreciative and grateful.
Now I turn to Mathieu from New York. So the strong momentum in 2020 that Antoine just mentioned was also reflected in the 4.2 billion euros in net new money raised. And this is the third year in a row that you raise in excess of 4 billion. So what is the secret?
I think we have a clear vision of what we want to accomplish, and we work tirelessly to achieve it. Since Tikehau was founded 15 years ago now, we have never lost sight of our overarching goal: to offer innovative strategies that meet the needs of increasingly sophisticated investors. Our fundraising success is the evidence that we continue to meet that goal and that investors recognize our ability to generate consistently strong returns. Tikehau Capital's team's steady commitment sustained our strong operating performance and made our 2020 achievements possible.
Mathieu, let's have a look at some key figures. So assets under management have now reached 28.5 billion euros, which is an increase of 10.5% compared to last year. That includes 27.4 billion for the asset management division with a 30% jump in operating income. So how did you deliver this performance?
This performance was due most of all to the rise in revenue, up 17.2% from 2019 to 205 million euro. This reflects strong growth in recurring management fees with a high average rate of 92 basis points, an increase of 21 basis points since our IPO. At the same time, we kept our operating costs under control, which explains the strong growth in operating income to 76 million euro, up 31% compared to 2019. Most of Tikehau investment vehicles are closed-end funds with long maturities. Therefore, our asset management activities give the group the visibility to target 100 million euro in fee-related earnings, or FRE, by 2022.
Back to you, Antoine. So when we look at your balance sheets, it's very solid with 2.8 billion in equity at end 2020, and you have a strong investment portfolio of 2.4 billion. How has this portfolio fared during the crisis?
I mean, this balance sheet is a fairly unique balance sheet, as you mentioned, with 2.8 billion of equity, and more important, at year end, we've got 850 million of cash and a 500 million credit facility. Our portfolio has been exceptionally resilient, with a revenue rising to 85 million. Realized investment, which are made of realized capital gain and dividend, coupon and distribution, increased by 29% from 2019.
And what has stimulated your growth?
This growth was particularly driven by the sharp increase in realized capital gain. Overall, the cash realized component of our portfolio revenue have been increased.
This is really great, Antoine, but don't you think that this investment strategy, which is rarely pursued by asset management firms, expose your results to more volatility and risk, given that a loss of 207 million euros was recorded in 2020?
Our investment strategy allows for a unique alignment of interest between our investor, client, the management team, which is the group largest shareholder, and other shareholder. This is key to our success over the long term. In fact, 66% of our portfolio is invested in a fund and strategies managed by the group.
What does this mean?
That means that we are now on track to achieve our stated goal of increasing that percentage to 75% by 2022.
So where does this loss come from?
The loss you mentioned was mainly related to the hedging instrument entered into during the first half at a time of considerable market uncertainty. However, markets have been heavily supported by the action implemented by central banks around the globe, resulting in high market valuation. It cannot be considered as a structural loss, and therefore we believe it is not representative of our strong operating performance over the year.
Thank you. Mathieu, I would like to ask you about the importance of being an engaged and responsible investor. As Antoine said, what does this mean?
Being engaged and responsible means many things to Tikehau. One of our priorities is to support what we call the real economy. This means focusing on small and medium-sized businesses, providing them with capital and other financing solutions to help them deliver economic growth and job creation. Our subsidiary Tikehau Capital Partners, for example, has been selected to exclusively manage a private equity fund designed to support the aeronautics sector with support from the French state. At a time when that sector is facing challenges, this program will help local businesses throughout the country weather the storm, consolidate, create European champions, and come back stronger.
Mathieu, we all know that Tikehau Capital is also very involved in the fight against climate change, and you recently announced that you have completed fundraising for an investment strategy focused on the energy transition. So can you tell us a bit more about that? What are your ambitions in this area?
Our energy transition fund raised over €1 billion. This was an outstanding achievement, attracting first-class global investors across the globe, and that despite the pandemic operational constraints. Given the need to take urgent action on climate change, we are convinced that the transition will be central in helping businesses grow and getting the economy moving again. We also know that it is essential to align capital flows with a low carbon pathway. We found out this year that fighting climate change is not about switching off the economy. It is about effectively directing global savings to tackle this challenge. Tikehau is deeply committed to being a leader in that effort. It is about making impact institutional.
So Antoine, my last question is for you. After this turbulent year in 2020, how do you feel about 2021?
From Tikehau Capital beginning, we have been motivated by a deeply rooted entrepreneurial drive and spirit, harnessing innovation, independent thinking, and analysis to explore new horizons. We are moving forward with confidence in 2021, drawing on our many strengths. First, our expertise and the commitment of our team. Second, the trust of our shareholder and investor. Third, our unique positioning in a growth market with attractive funds that respond to investors' needs. And finally, our solid and unique balance sheet, which allow us to continue investing in our core strategy while carrying out targeted acquisition and launching new high-growth initiatives. All of this means that we are well on track to reach our target of assets under management in excess of 35 billion by 2022 and continue to be positioned as a leading alternative investor in Europe.
Thank you so much for presenting the Tikehau Capital's results. Merci beaucoup, Antoine.
Thank you very much, Annette. Thank you very much, all.
Merci beaucoup, Mathieu.
Thank you. Goodbye.
And thanks to all of you for your attention. See you soon. Bye-bye.